And he's here.
Good.
Hello.
I'm
Honor
good.
joining
How
us
are you?
today. Oh, not so bad. And you?
Yeah, not so bad, man. I'm good. I'm all right. I'm okay.
Cool. Yeah. It feels weird to start any sort of interview like this without first asking, like, no, really, like, how are you? Just like saying, just
Yeah,
like,
I
good.
know.
It's
Totally.
a little
Yeah,
weird now. Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. And these crazy times, as I send in every email now as well.
Yeah. I hope this email finds you well in these crazy times. Are we in Scotland right now? Is this where we're at?
Yeah, this is it. Yeah, this is where I've been holed up throughout this whole adventure. So, to be honest, there's worse places I could be. You know, it's in the middle of nowhere. It feels quite out of the way of things, and I've got a nice little studio space that I'm using here and stuff. So it's been all right.
Yeah, I was going to say there are definitely worse places to be, including here in the United States,
Yeah.
perhaps. But we're glad that you're safe and sound back home in Scotland. Were you going to play a few for us today? Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if that's cool with you guys, yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
I'm gonna play I was gonna start with my new track, My Stop, if that's cool. Yeah, see what you think. Stephanie, I know you read, but never reply. Regrettably, I have to run and cut my ties, 'cause I must stop falling in love, stop falling in love with every girl who fucks me. I must stop falling in love, stop falling in love with every girl who fucks me up. Timothy, classy conversation based on what a shit you've been. Sit with me, I'll believe and you'll believe, and I must stop falling in love, stop falling in love with every boy who fucks me. I must stop falling in love, stop falling in love with every boy who fucks me up. 7 years I had the same old dream, my teeth fall out, I looked it up. Apparently, yeah, it's a sign I'm growing up, and so I must stop falling in love, stop falling in love with everyone who fucks me up. Stop falling in love, stop falling in love with everyone who fucks me up. Who fucks me up. It's almost worth it.
Amazing. Thank
Cool,
you,
thanks.
Honor,
Thank you very much, man. Cheers.
for
Thank you.
playing that one in the virtual big room. I gotta say, no disrespect to any of the other artists that have played in these virtual big rooms. We've had a good 20, 25 of these. but that one may have sounded the best. I don't know
Oh,
what
really?
the acoustics in that space are just perfect for what we have going on here.
Oh,
That was
wicked.
awesome.
That's really good to hear, actually, because I do worry about it, actually, because it's like a very lively piano and things. So yeah, that's great to hear, man. Thank you. I
Yeah,
did a
it's much
bunch
fun.
of Instagram lives from my garden shed when lockdown first happened, and yeah, there was various issues, as you can imagine. So yeah, it's nice to have a space like this.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, spending all this time in lockdown, I don't know how things have progressed in Scotland now as compared to other parts of the world, but it seems like you were spending your time very productively with those shed sessions. I saw you did a acoustic performance on Twitch, and you're doing some music videos now, posting some behind the scenes stuff with it too. I thought the Kill TV behind the scenes one was especially nice. I guess what I want to get at is where's your mind at as far as your plan from here? It's
It's a big question.
yeah, I know it's
Uh,
hard to see, but
no, it's yeah, it's been a funny one, man, because like we had sort of big plans for touring and stuff when all of this sort of lockdown stuff went down, and it was it was incredibly disheartening to start with. But actually, there was a weird sort of synergy between because every artist was essentially at home. Everybody was off the road, and everybody was sort of just locked down. I found that reaching out to people to collaborate and working with other people actually became sort of easier. And I grew up in the middle of nowhere in Scotland. I've been used to working in isolation my entire life, so it's kind of my time to shine. And I felt like, yeah, just reaching out to people with ideas and things I was working on, people were really receptive to what I was trying to do. So it may not have been what I kind of set out to do at the beginning of this year, but actually I've had some amazing opportunities like I released a track with Nile Rodgers a couple of months ago, and that's, Nile tours so heavily and he works with so many people. I just don't know if that would have happened had we not been both sort of stuck in a studio environment. So yeah, it's been light and shade, I guess, for me.
is that sort of the same thing that happened when you started to work with Sarah Barthel of Fantagram on that track that we just heard here on this Instagram Live Must Stop? How did that come together?
Yeah, similar thing. Like those guys, obviously they released an album like almost exactly the day the US was locked down, I think. So all their touring plans and everything sort of went, up in smoke, the same as everyone else. So I'd had this track written called Must Stop that I felt was pretty strong, and we'd spoken about having a female vocalist on it. But I think getting the right female vocal on it was really important to me, and we demoed a few different things. But I felt like I would know who would be perfect for it. And then Nate, who works at my label and had signed Fantagram, had said that Sarah had listened to the track and they really liked it and would like to kind of put vocals down. And just instantly I was like, oh, that makes total sense to me. That's so perfect, And then she sent through her vocals, and it was just very easy. It's very nice when something comes together. It just completely makes sense, and it feels like it doesn't feel like you're doing things. It just feels like you're sort of painting by numbers a little bit. It's nice.
And I love that it kind of came together in the same way for her. I read a quote somewhere that said like she had just gone through like a messy breakup, and this song came in at just the right time and taught her a thing or two as she was doing it too. So that's super cool to hear when it all comes full circle like that. Did you guys do an Instagram Live together, like on the release of that show? How did that go?
Yeah. It was actually bizarre. It was the first time we'd actually ever spoken face to face. Was on Instagram Live. It was kind of weird. We'd texted and emailed and stuff. So it's a bit bizarre. God forbid you should actually speak to anybody in this day and age, But yeah, Sarah's just been absolutely brilliant. I'm very aware of how lucky I am to be able to work with these kind of people as well. Like I'm just kind of starting my journey and starting, to release music. I don't have any EPs or records or anything out yet. So the fact that somebody like Sarah, like somebody like Niall, and people like that want to take a chance on me and believe in what I'm trying to do, it means a lot. It really does.
You mentioned the EP there, and I know it must have been sometime around March, you said that the EP was going to be ready around May, and through no fault of your own, of course, I'm sure that's why it had to be pushed back or put back into the works. But we do have, if I counted correctly, 5 songs, which is almost kind of an EP in itself, released as singles. What's the plan from here?
Yeah, so the plan was to put out an EP, and we ended up sort of seeping those tracks out sort of more gently because of the situation. I was very convinced I still wanted to release music sort of steadily. I've waited a long time to be able to do it. And I feel like the people who have come and seen me at shows, or the people who have been invested, they sort of deserve music. You know, it's been a long time. So yeah, we put out Kill TV with Niall, and I think that was, I can't remember, it was about 2 months ago, something like that, August. And then we released Must Stop with Sarah, and now I'm in the studio just about every day doing long hours, and I'm trying to kind of finish up. The plan is to put a record out at the beginning of next year, which is really exciting. I'm still talking to other artists about collaborations and things, and I'm still putting together tracks, but it's definitely the most exciting period of my career so far. I'm really enjoying. It's a sort of, I was speaking to somebody today. It's a really bizarre experience for me, because most of my life is spent within these four walls. And yet I'm sort of dealing with stuff very much out with it, like talking to you guys, and like writing with different people from all over, and seeing tracks go out into the world. It feels almost like a sort of simulation that I'm playing, you know. But it's amazing. I'm really enjoying it, and seeing the response to what I'm doing. You know, it does. It means a hell of a lot. It really does.
Oh man, and for sure we're looking forward to whatever you come out with here in Columbus. Spinning the track again, Must Stop from ONR. I don't know how many do you want to play today? I've got a few more questions, but if you wanted to play
How many
more.
do you want me to play?
Usually we do 3.
That's cool. Yeah,
if you're good for it. Okay, cool.
And this was a track I put out at the beginning of the year, called Crash Landing. You sit at the window for the view. I'll just spend the whole time watching you. All the little games that we play through. Honey, I'll be red. You were always the blues. I'm coming down, crash landing now. Go and get dressed, I'll figure it out. Holy shit, when did it get so rough? Stars in my eyes, sentimental science, big cash prize. And God, I want a dog, but the time's never right. Yeah, we can play, but we have to be real quiet. I'm coming down, crash landing now. But don't get stressed, I'll figure it out. Holy shit, when did it get so rough? Oh, holy shit, when did it get so rough? You sit at the window for the view. I just spend the whole time watching you. Oh, holy shit, when did it get so rough?
Fantastic. Again, thank you, ONR, for playing for us today. Well, I only have a couple more questions for you before we have you play another and cut you loose. It's the goofiest part of the interview, which I like to call the lightning round. But we start with a segment that I like to call reviewing old tweets, which is just as scary, just as scary as it sounds. We go back on your timeline and find a few old tweets and see what you think about them. This one is a story that I'd like to see if you remember, from November 25th, 2017. Quote, everyone on this train is hammered. Cannot vouch for driver. Presumed hammered. Do you remember this inexplicable party train in 2017?
I know exactly what that was, yeah. I took the sleeper train from London. I flew in from LA, and I had a festival in the Highlands of Scotland the following day. So I took the sleeper train from London right up to the Highlands of Scotland overnight. And yeah, it was honestly, it was like a club, man. It was unbelievable. People were like shit-faced. It was unreal. It was crazy. If you ever want a wild night out post-COVID, yeah, take the sleeper train. It's amazing. You'd love it.
That's on the bucket list now. You make it sound like a blast. One more tweet here from October 17th, 2017, and I want to see if you can fill in the blank.
Okay.
Show me a better film than blank, and I'll show you a liar.
Oh, no.
It was October 2017.
I don't know. Die Hard? I don't know.
It was Die Hard.
Die Hard?
You got it. It was Die
I think I'm so predictable. Wow.
Show me a better film than Die Hard, and I'll show you a liar. Someone replied, Weekend at Bernie's. You replied, liar.
I'm nice. Come follow me.
Right on.
I'm really nice to my followers.
Yeah, absolutely. At ONR HQ on Twitter. There was another one that we don't need to expand upon, but I did just want to say how much I appreciated the tweet of hoping that Jeff Sessions was like a new music blog for acoustic artists.
It should totally be. It's a totally missed trick,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Thanks for performing on the Jeff Sessions. Yeah, exactly. Got to change my name.
It writes itself, man. I don't know what more I need to do, honestly.
One last thing before we have you play another and cut you loose. I do like to run you through the lightning round, some rapid fire questions, try and get in your head. Are you ready?
All right, perfect. Let's do it.
Question number 1, dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Favorite Bowie record?
Oh, God. Scary Monsters.
Okay, no, that's a good answer. This one, there's innumerable great bands from Scotland. Do you have a favorite?
Oh, God. Franz Ferdinand, probably.
Yeah, that's a good response. I was debating myself before the interview whether it was Franz Ferdinand. Jesus and Mary Chain is up there, and Frightened Rabbit. I think Frightened Rabbit takes number 1 for me.
Yeah, a lot of people say Frightened Rabbit, man. They really do. Yeah, they're huge here.
And you're on that list too, don't worry.
Obviously.
This one I like to ask everybody, but I also like to expand it when we're talking about an artist from a different country because I don't want it to be too America-centric. I like to ask what the prettiest American state is in terms of its geographical outline alone, like what has the best shape. But I want to expand it as well to Scottish council areas, if that's what they're called.
Yep. Okay. I don't know. I feel like Oklahoma is that's the panhandle one, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a great answer. I haven't gotten that one yet.
There you go. See, that's a nice shaped state. It's interesting. It's probably some history as to why it's shaped that way.
Right on. Yeah. Yeah, the big panhandle. If you had to, would you rather fight 1 horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses?
100 duck-sized horses, easy. No problem at all. I wouldn't fancy myself against the other one though. But I think I could take 100 duck-sized horses.
That's the wise answer for sure from Honor. Thank you again for joining us here in the big group today. Do you want to play another one and then we'll cut you loose?
Yeah, is that cool? Yeah, absolutely.
Of course, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it. And thanks for the support as well. It means a lot.
Thank you.
I'm gonna finish with I'm gonna play a cover that I learned today, which probably isn't a great idea, but I've been playing it and it's kind of in my head, so I'm gonna give it a go. It's the Psychedelic Furs track. So see what you think. There's an army on the dance floor. It's fashioned with a gun I love. In a room without a door, a kiss is not enough. Love my way, it's a new road. I'm not there, my mind goes. Put us on a railroad, really make us pay. Laughing in their faces and making it our way. It's emptiness behind their eyes, dust in all their hearts. They just want to steal us all and tear us all apart. Oh, love my way, it's a new road. Find a place where my heart goes. Love my way, it's a new Swallow all your tears, my love. Put on your new face. You can never win or lose if you don't run the race. Love my way, it's on you. Love my way, it's a new road. Love my way, it's a new road. Love my way, it's a new road.
Unbelievable. That sounds
Cool.
so good.
Thank you. I messed up some of the lyrics, but yeah, I learned it today. So that, oh yeah, you'll see what you think. But yeah, I love that song.
I think I speak for everybody that's watching in the chat right now when I say, please record that.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'll work on it, mate. I'll work on it.
Fantastic. Honor closing out the virtual big room today, covering the Psychedelic Furs. Love My Way. Sounds great. I encourage everybody to check out the new single Must Stop, out everywhere now. We're spinning it here in Columbus. And thank you again, Honor, for joining us in the virtual big room.
Not at all. Thank you. I appreciate it, guys. Have a good one.